Hello there, welcome back to stream. It has been a while, my apologies. I thought I would have more time this week, but of course I managed to get sick. There was a child which probably infected me last week, unfortunately, but that is teacher life. Anyways, welcome back, it's been a while, hope you enjoy. Apologies for all the spam on the Discord. My bad, haven't really had time to log in lately. Hopefully it's cleaned up now, hopefully it'll be a little bit better. We're going to continue with the Haas. We're about to start Spain. I'm interested to see how if Hamilton or Magnussen win. I believe we have a couple of new pieces from Wing and Underfloor, which should make things a bit more interesting. Also, in terms of the Canada Challenge game, it will be... I'll be starting it this weekend most likely. I've uploaded it in Discord. Set of rules that I think would be probably okay. It should still be limited. We'll have Stroll, we'll have Latifi. They'll limit us somewhat. But give me a shout what you think. If you feel like they need amends, if that's too mean, too easy, give me a shout. Hello, Jack. Good to see you again too. It's been a while. Unfortunately, we had to let Drogovic go. We have Ola here in his place now, and we'll see if well, we can get a breaking up to actually be competitive at one point. But enough about that. We got Hamilton, we got Magnussen. We're about to start the Spanish Grand Prix in 11 days. The last couple of streams have just been mainly disaster classes. So hopefully we can have a bit of a better time. So let's just get right into it. See how it goes. Hopefully it'll be a good time for all involved. But yeah, as I said, sorry about spam on Discord. And for the Canada Challenge that I've been, well, speaking about for half a year now. Probably going to get it started this weekend. So again, any input there, go on Discord, find the correct channel, and let me know what you think. Yeah, performance targets, I'm still going to be a bit passive here. One driver in 6th. Both drivers should be able to make it into Q2. I don't see them having a problem with that. Fast lap, let's try nab it. And this is also good. Let's head over to the race itself. Not a massive Drogo fan? Yeah.
Formula One has cranked up the heat
well,
over Baku.
honestly, Jack, you have done great work on that front. I rarely forget my reserve driver now, although I probably will this stream, just for old time's sake at this point. Yeah. We will be running with the older components. We have started using newer components, basically, just to have the option there. If we have a bad quality, if we crash out, whatever reason. That if we feel the need, we can just buy more components. That is the goal. Now, excuse me. Before I forget, I believe we do have a new underfloor for both cars. Not a massive boost. Corner, low speed cornering, medium speed cornering. It does help out quite a bit, particularly on low and medium. A bit lacking high speed cornering. We still need to do some work on that. But it's not bad. And we will install it on both our cars here. I believe we also had a wing, but I guess not. We probably put that on last race then, I would assume. Just double checking here. But yeah, looks like we don't have a wing. We only have the underfloor. And that should be okay. I'm just going to double check Magnussen here. He does have the level 2 wing. That is pretty good. Excuse me, as you can hear, I'm still coughing quite a bit, which... it's going to be potentially a bit annoying, but hopefully we can all live with that. Now the car setup for Spain, don't remember is I'm going to have to look at the cheat sheet. 8.5, 14.73, and 30.80, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that is 8, another 3. I am really looking forward to summer break. I'm also looking forward to the news about the next game, because there was a leak. Well, a leak, so to speak. There was 3... basically just 3... alright, just go to practice. 3 screenshots. 2 of them from races and 1 of them from development. It does look like they've changed it a bit, but I'm being cautiously optimistic here because they might just change the UI. And that would disappoint me greatly. I'll be honest, that would not be... that would not make me very, very happy. Yeah. Do it like this. And We're not sure which way we want to go with that. That should be okay. Yeah. We'll see how it plays out, honestly. I want the next game to be good, but at the same time, I do try and temper my expectations a bit, because otherwise this would suck if the hype ring gets too hyped. Yeah, let's get into this. See where we are at. So currently, according to this, you could say that we're the third fastest car for this track. The Ferraris are quickest, then the Red Bulls, then us. So that's getting interesting. Hello, BKK. I'm sorry about that. Hope you still have a good time at work.
We return.
I might stream later as well. We'll see. Yeah, the UI is pretty good, but that's why I'm worried about the. Yeah, I'm worried about the development picture that was shown for the next iteration. Because potentially it could be good, but it could also be pretty bad. We'll just have to wait and see. So Hamilton has reached 100% car setup, and funnily enough, Jack, I immediately forgot our reserve driver. Immediately, reserve driver out the window. That's the thing, you always remember after it's done with. So the only thing we're missing is actually this. So that should be good. We have quality ahead. Let's get into the good parts. And we can just stick with this ERS. Again, we just need to break the seal, so to speak. So we have used every part. I'll try and not put you back in reminder hell, Jack. But you see, the second you're here, I let go a little bit, calm down a bit, and then I immediately forget. Hey, Steven. I have no idea when any news that would come out, but judging from the leak, as I said, again, just 3 pictures. You can find them in the Discord. Link to the Reddit thread. People were expecting it to come out this GP weekend, like the trailer and everything, and they were probably planning on using this weekend to hype it up. I would expect them to just have, how should I call this? What's the word? Not this weekend, but next race weekend. I'm thinking that we maybe will get some news. I could see that happening. See, let's put in the old DRS, use it for all it's worth, and I think we're ready for quali. So yeah, I think that we're planning to release the news with the race weekend that was supposed to be now in Imola. It is Imola, isn't it? I always confuse the Italian tracks, but they were supposed to release it this weekend is the theory. But because it got cancelled, they canceled. Well, they. I hate it when you can't remember the word. Prolonged? Put back? Delayed, that's the one. They delayed the release until what I assumed is Monaco. And also because Imola got cancelled, we could have an interesting start to the season with basically most of them being street tracks. I think someone said like 6 out of 8, 7 out of 8 would be street tracks. And I'm too lazy to refute them right now. But yeah, we'll see. It's also interesting, potentially, for the fight between Perez and Verstappen. I would love it to be some sort of fight there, but Verstappen just seems unstoppable right now. And unless he's very, very unlucky with... I don't think we need to do a second run here. Unless he's very, very unlucky with reliability, I think he'll have an easy victory this year. Hello, Karen. Nice to see you. The thing, I still think it's Verstappen. That's the thing, Steven. Verstappen is probably one of the F1 drivers who do the most of, like, virtual driving. Like, the dude was setting world records for virtual racing, like 4 or 5 years ago. World record lap time, so dude's cranked both in reality and online. Yeah, Kieran, apologies for the Discord spam. I have set up a bot for now, but I probably will do some... give some mod power to just deletion of messages to some of the more active members of the Discord, and of course also to people who watch the stream, just to make life a bit easier, because I do have periods where either work or life in general, just does leave me unable to log on, which is problematic when things like that happen. The Mexican police are gonna have to arrest me.
Radio is good.
Yeah. It's kind of weird to say it, but I'd really like to see Verstappen just try his hand versus the guy in like Formula F1 22. Well, F1 22 is kind of wonky, but iRacing against the best of the best there, and see how he does. Hello, Harry. Yeah, I'm just reluctant, Kieran, on letting out, just handing over admin powers, but deletion of messages, for instance, that should be a no-brainer. Feel free to post some suggestions on Discord again, and I'll have a look later. Hey, I'm doing better. I think I just had a slight brush with the flu, unfortunately, which sucks because I had a couple of days off this week. Hello, Harry. Praying that F1 Manch is better. I'm hoping so too. I did go digging a little while ago in the save file editor, and there are some hopes there. There's like rivalries. There's a baseline for rivalries there. It just isn't very well. It just isn't in the game. So I think they had it at some point, but they just realized they wouldn't be able to make it in time. So there's a lot of framework that just isn't being actively used in this game. Anyone else messaging? I only see mine. In YouTube chat, I see Edster, I see Harry, I see Steven between your messages. So you might need to put it from top chat to live chat, maybe. Talking about Discord, I can just see you've responded just now, but other than that, no one. Matthew above you. Try and refresh YouTube, Kieran, that might fix it. I think we are safe, but 4 tenths to the cloud does make me worried, even if we were using old scrubs. The thing is, Harry, I think they just ran out of time, honestly. They probably just ran out of time in the development, and rather than adding a bunch of features to this game, which would have been awesome, honestly, let's face it, if they had fleshed out this game, it would be awesome. But then they would have no reason to release next game. So basically, they're taking everything, well, most of the things that are lacking from this game, and bundling into the next game, which sucks for us, but it's, I think, the way they are gonna, you know, say that, oh, you should buy the game. Yeah, it's a good foundation, so I'm looking forward to seeing how the next game plays out, to be fair. I have expectations, but they are tempered just to be safe. Yeah. I'll have a look at mods later, Kieran, for sure. It is needed after the spam hack. Honestly, if devs are just upfront about it, you see, we have 2 choices here. We can either delay the release date, or we can release it now. It will be buggy, there will be problems, but we will patch that as time goes on. I'm fine with that if they just go out and say that publicly before they release the game. But they can't, because publishers, advertisements, things like that, saying that the game is a buggy mess before it even releases is not good PR. So if it is, I'd like to see in the delay too. With my current save, it's possible to have AlphaTauri running as the 3rd quickest theme. I would assume so. It wouldn't surprise me, Edster, if you could pull that off for sure. Yeah, it looks like we're getting clean runs for the first scrub set, which is always nice. Yeah, it's good to be back. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm keeping myself tempered, Harry. I don't want to overhype myself and put myself into a position where I'm gonna hate the game because I expected too much out of it. Give me a sec. I forgot to change batteries for my headset and it's beeping at me. Don't worry, Kieran. I'm not gonna have hand mod out to randoms. It'll be people I have talked with in live chat and people that have messaged me. Basically, I'm not just gonna hand it out to anyone. I'll probably make some sort of, as you said, mod applications. I wouldn't be too worried about that. But yeah, we know sprint races are coming in the next game. There have been potentially a bunch of changes. Should probably consider sending Frontier already just a business inquiry about 2023 early access as a stream. Although I don't have a huge audience, it would be fun if we could pull that off. Currently canceling your save. Consistently finishing P8, P9 behind the Red Bulls and Ferraris. No, P5. Sorry, to P8. That's usually how it's going to be in the first season. The Red Bulls and the Ferraris just aren't at such an advantage. Yeah. I'll have a look at it, as I said later, Kieran. But I do agree with the fact that we might need a couple of mods on the Discord. He actually hasn't reckoned in cars yet. Which god have you has blessed you? that shouldn't happen. Don't overhype anymore? Yeah. Overhyping has the tendency of just backfiring, but this is good now for our Haas game. Hamilton, first row with Leclerc. Magnussen, third with Verstappen. Harrison, 10th. That's a bit surprising. I assume his engine is completely gone. Which would make sense. It's pretty late in the season, to some degree.
It's race day with
The God of Die, Nazful. Oh, that reminds me. I want to play Blood Bowl now. Why did you have to do that to me? But yeah, let's have a quick look here. The race report. What can we expect? Because this is one of those tracks where you can take advantage of for AI planning. As you can see, softs are 4/10ths quicker than the mediums from the get-go. Well, around 4/10ths, actually a little bit less than that. They're great with just 200s, which means that they will be quicker than fresh mediums for 20 laps. Sorry, not fresh mediums. Well, yeah. Sorry, mediums that ran the exact same time. So if you start on softs, start on mediums, mediums won't be better than the softs until 20 laps have gone. And the hards here to the mediums, again, just 100 degradation. It'll take 40 laps for those hards to become mediums. So we do not want to touch the hards at all here. And what's expected here are two stoppers, as you can see. Medium, medium, soft, soft, medium, soft. And as you can see, the pit window is around that 20 lap mark. So with that in mind, this is probably what we're going to do. Probably the easiest thing to do. Questions about Discord bots and how big mod apps. Again, Kieran, I'll ask you if it comes up. I probably won't get into today. I have a lot of free time tomorrow, so I might message you on Discord then. But if you have any like clear-cut ideas, feel free to just post them into the suggestions on Discord, and I'll have a look. I know that I might not seem like I read everything, but I do. I'm not super social on my own accord, so I read a lot. I might not respond to it, but I read everything. Every single comment that I get on my channel. Love Blood Bowl 1 and 2. I played 2 a lot, but again, that's like 5 years ago. Ages ago. I'm considering, Harry, getting the racing game. I'm considering it. Probably going to play for an hour or two, and if the AI is as buggy as 22, I'm probably just going to leave it. As I did 22, I think I had less than 2 hours in that game, unfortunately. So, yeah, don't worry, Kieran. It'll be after stream. In that regard, I'm not going to do it in the middle of the stream. But yeah, as you said, we figured out that softs will be quicker than mediums, well, equal mediums for about 20 laps. So 20 laps off, 25 lap medium, 20 laps off to the end. That should work. This is actually not a bad strategy. We can make it potentially a little bit better though. Let's see here. 61 laps, so... No, sorry, 66 laps. So something like this. This, maybe. Honestly, it should be okay to stretch it a little bit more because we are going to overfuel the car. So we're going to burn tires. But honestly, the base strategy here, if the AI picks this one, you might be in trouble in Spain. If they don't, you're going to have a huge advantage. This is the best strategy for this track. You'll have, again, a huge advantage for the first stint here versus mediums. If they go hard, you have an even bigger advantage, 8/10. So, yeah, Spain, the best one. Can't really overfuel the car here. It's just half a kilogram. But even that does help a bit. The thing is, though, Harry, that what I'm considering is very, very simply because of it's on Steam. I think I would get it through Steam anyways. If the game is bad, I'm just gonna refund it. So as long as you play less than 2 hours, you can just refund it and you don't need to worry. And that is general. Sorry, that is gonna be potentially what I do if I do get it. Yeah. So I would be picking it up through Steam, play for an hour or two, basically run a race, maybe 2 if I'm quick. And if the car feels, you know, garbage, the AI still has huge advantage, then just refund it, see if it becomes better later. Yeah, you can't really get refunds for consoles, unfortunately, which is why I love Steam, and I have a few friends on console who has now gotten themselves Steam Decks. Yeah.
And away we go.
Our pitbox is really, really bad. You're not wrong about that. Magnussen, once again, good start. Hamilton, bit of a worse one. Really, really bad one. Just barely ahead of Ocon here. So, as you can see, Leclerc actually starting on the mediums. We have a load of runners on the softs that have actually lost a bit of durability. That's going to make it rough for them. But we have Norris on hard, Albon, Vettel, Ricciardo, Tsunoda. These boys are going to suffer a lot. So, with that in mind, I think what we're going to do is tune Hamilton down a bit. We're going to give Magnussen the chance to overtake Leclerc, and then work from there. That's the widest you've seen anyone go into turn 1? Yeah, you're correct. But yeah, Jack, considering where we have our pit box, it would indeed be a good idea to either pit early or pit late. Might be better for us to actually pit late, seeing that they're running already used tires, and we have Magnussen here now making the move. We're gonna have him deploy, see if he can pull out of the DRS here. We do have the tire advantage, and
you're looking good at the moment.
and it would be great if we could make that work. Hamilton is just a bit slower than Magnussen, surprisingly enough for us here.
Overtake Press.
Okay. We are gaining, but I don't think it's enough to get him into turn 1 here. Although it is a really long straight. Magnus is looking good. Already half a second ahead. And we almost pulled away from Ocon too. So, really, really good start for us here. Yeah, I know, Harry. It kind of sucks, but that's just how the console market is. When I was younger, I had an Xbox, and then later on a PlayStation. And it was just so expensive to buy games. So when I went on PC, I was wondering why didn't I get it earlier? And it's just very, consoles just are expensive. They're easy, true, but they're also expensive. I'd like to see traits, or basically, I know that one of the screenshots apparently shows that they've added driver confidence to certain tracks. So you'll have slight changes to driver performance from track to track, and that would actually be great, honestly, because again, one of my main complaints about this game is that it's basically a spec series game to some degree, because every car kind of handles the same.
Active.
You can do upgrades, of course, but again, the upgrades are the same for every car. There's no differences between the cars. The engine's is the main difference, things like that. But generally, I just like to see a bit more variety. We have DRS, but we haven't pulled away from Ocon. There we go. And I would assume that Hamilton will get Leclerc here on the main straight. Anything else would be a surprise for me. And there he goes. Actually didn't get him, just doesn't have enough top speed, I guess. I think it's like with Perez, he's very, very good at street races. So I think it's basically a driver specialty thing at Ster. Like if your driver is really, really good at, you know, quick corners, they might be more confident at a track with quick corners. They might do it, you know, historically, where they've done well, things like that. I don't know exactly how it's going to be implemented, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. Hopefully it isn't bare bones though, like if your stat is above 80, you're going to be amazing at certain tracks, and vice versa. Hamilton is having trouble here, just getting by Leclerc, and that's actually something we saw last stream too. Hamilton just couldn't overtake, which also is rather surprising to me. But it is what it is. Magnussen, 7 laps in, 3.5 second gap to the front. Good. But now, though, I think we're just going to have to leave Hamilton to recharge, as you can see. Recharge, leave him on neutral now for a couple of laps. And
Was that a lock-up on the
see if we
track?
can regain enough to actually pose a threat here. And it seems like we'd lost DRS there for a sec. We did, and Ocon immediately overtakes him. Yeah, this is just concerning to me, honestly. Gonna have to just push fuel here and deploy what we have to just try and catch up, really.
A new race position for Haas.
But even then, we immediately get re-overtaken. And as you can see, we couldn't do that to Leclerc. So, that does give me, you know,
Haas with an
concern.
overtake.
Visible concern, so to speak. Gap is about the same up from Magnussen to Leclerc. It's starting to kind of close in a little bit. That is basically, again, the mediums getting closer to the softs in terms of tire advantage. The Ferrari is still a lot faster than us. We have probably the 4th or 5th best car. So the fact that we're out front is purely due to driver skills at this stage. And potentially someone driving with, well, threaded components. Sainz, for instance, is threaded engine. Verstappen, Perez, both doing that. So Leclerc is actually taking advantage of a fresh engine here. That is probably one of the reasons why he is being kind of a menace here to Hamilton.
Just gained a place.
Yeah, I think I am comfortable now with just speeding things up a little bit.
Haas with an overtake.
Again, Ocon is holding up Verstappen, which is great for us. And one thing that I forgot to actually have a quick look at here is the pit lane time. Reports, pre-race.
Advance the race position.
24 seconds, so basically an average pit lane timer, but it should be okay. It's mainly just a straight. Hamilton's still fighting Leclerc. Again, I'm perfectly fine with this. They're DRSing off each other. At this stage, Hamilton won't be able to run away from Leclerc anyways. So them just DRSing off each other and pulling out a bit of a gap. Not a huge gap, but still a gap, but down to the cars behind is good. Currently, though, it looks like we're gonna... The best thing would be if we could get ahead of Russell. We've been gaining about a second a lap on them. But even that is going to be a bit more difficult now, I think, unfortunately. Again, Leclerc is starting to get a Magnussen. He is faster than us, with a tire disadvantage at this stage. Concerning. So, we'll see. But I assume he will go into another set of mediums. But then again, the advantage will get kind of removed by the simple fact that we are running... our pit stops are going to take longer, which is going to suck. But again, I think we are comfortable here. We're just gonna allow the fuel to build up a little bit. It's a very good situation for us currently, as I've said. So we're basically just in Alonso mode. Stable situation where we don't need to mess around. Did Leclerc just have an accident? He did.
Seems to have been a lockup. Let's see what happened there.
Excuse me.
Watch this. There's
I really need to get a mute button on my mouse for that, so I don't break your ears. Now, this has put us in a pretty good situation. We now have 6 seconds down to Verstappen, Magnussen, which should, in theory, mean that we will have some safe pit stops. I'm thinking we start to have Magnussen go a bit aggressive for a lap or two. We'll pit him lap 21, maybe. Hamilton lap 22. And I think that will be okay. Again, I would like to push a little bit further ahead so we get out in a better spot, so to speak. But again, there's a lot of people that are going to have to pit soon too. So I wouldn't be too concerned. Yeah, potential gap here is going to be between 11th and 12th. Unless we have a banger pit stop. So Magnus is going to go full attack. We can go full attack for Hamilton too. He'll just do it 2 laps. Again, our engineers are actually not good enough for us to reliably pit with a 3.5 second gap. So Hamilton's going to push 1 more lap. Yeah, I think the gap we're going to come out in, it would be great if we could beat these boys, but I don't think that's happening. Even if we extend the stint. So I think we're just going to go out. Again, the soft runners for the other teams are going to have to pit soon. And we're going to try and take that into as an advantage for us. So let's see here. How long does Magnussen take? We do have others pitting as well now. Magnussen might actually come out in a pretty good window here. Because, as you can see, a lot of people actually pitted. 5 others. So Magnussen will have some fresh air. Perez and Alonso, again, all of them are medium runners. Probably going to get stuck here in the DRS train. Which isn't the worst, but not great either. We do have energy though, so we can make something out of it from that angle. But if we remember how the pre-race strategies were looking, I think these guys will pit within the next 5 laps. If that even, might even be pitting sooner. And Magnussen is just immediately gaining. So Hamilton here, going to come out a bit further behind, I think. But it's still a good one, I think. Decent pit stop. Now we could push fuel here, but right now I think it's, again, it's a DRS train. It can be rough to get through. I think we'll allow them to pit, and then we will just push fuel later. But as you can see, there we go. It didn't even take 5 laps, 2 laps. And I think now we can expect Russell and maybe even Leclerc to hit now potentially on this following lap. So pretty chill, pretty simple. Can now push a bit of fuel. Even if we catch up to Russell, it's not actually a problem. We'll just probably DRS him. And both him and Leclerc got out of the way for us here. So again, the AI using the medium soft strategy is just going to bite them in the ass mainly. So we have gained 10 seconds now down to Leclerc for Magnussen. I am a bit disappointed that he got by Norris as quick as he did, but again, Norris on old hards. Shouldn't really be a contest, and it wasn't. So with this said, currently we don't really have anything to be worried about. We'll just allow things to go be as they are. Once we stop burning fuel, I can imagine Leclerc will start gaining, which is fine. He'll be on the softs at the end, but we will too. We already have a advantage. It's going to be diminished by lap 45, 46, but it's still going to be an advantage. Unless, of course, we get a safety car. So in terms of lap times here, he's doing 28s, we're doing 21.1, 21.2s. So let's say 4/10. About 15 laps until we pit. 6 seconds. He'll catch up to Hamilton, but not Magnussen if he keeps this up. I think Magnussen might win on his own here, Steven. I wouldn't be too concerned. He does have the gap, and they're running pretty similar times here. Leclerc, though, is getting quicker. So that is a bit of a concern here. As I said, he'll probably catch up to Hamilton, and then they'll have a fight for second. But Magnussen seems to be pretty Pretty settled out front at the moment. Yeah. Spain is probably one of the easier tracks to win, just because of AI rules. Most of them will be running, again, bad engines, which gives you a huge advantage. The strategy is soft, medium, soft. If you're too fresh set of softs, you have a huge advantage. So keep those things in mind for Spain, and you should be okay. I'm more worried about the next race actually, because that's Monaco. It's gonna be a bit rougher. Hello, Antonio. I have muted Discord this time. I had a bit more preparation time today. Took me a while to see the Discord notification though. But surprisingly, Leclerc is, as you can see, he is catching up, unsurprisingly. He's actually going to catch us probably a bit sooner than I anticipated. Still about 4/10, a little bit quicker. Should probably have done half a second. So, catch us up 42, 43. And that should be okay. Alright, Kieran. Hope your headache gets better. Feel free to, hope you rest up and feel better soon. Okay, we have a back mark in Sonoda. Can he cause Hamilton a problem? Not really. But yeah, we're about lap 43. And that is when Leclerc is going to get within DRS distance. So, what I'm thinking here is... Do we pit? Do we pit Hamilton a bit earlier here? Because if we pit him this lap, for instance, have him... Could have Magnussen also do a bit of pushing. Let's have him run aggressive. They also have fuel to use. We're gonna delay Magnussen a bit. He can afford to delay until after Hamilton is pitted. But I think what we do here is go full attack in for Hamilton this lap. It'll kind of help Leclerc us doing that. But we'll get him in on the softs a bit early. Well, a lap early, basically. A couple of laps early. And he'll come out, hopefully, in a safe window between Ocon and Bottas. And again, I don't think the overtake should be too much of a problem. So, no DRS trains to contend with. Should be able to just straight up get through. Yeah, Spain and Singapore is just heaven for the soft tires. Magnussen with fastest lap here. So, this will be pitting fairly soon. We're just going to keep it at aggressive for now. Burn a bit of fuel. And where is Hamilton going to come out? He is pitting right now. Again, should come out behind Ocon, I think. And that should be okay. Where is Bottas? Bottas is now on the main straight. That is a bit concerning, but Hamilton is definitely safe here. Tuning down to standard, but we will push fuel. And now the big question is, how is Hamilton gonna fare against Leclerc in terms of the pits? Because that is really what we are kind of contending with here. We want to get him out ahead of Hamilton. Sorry, out ahead of Leclerc. That is the main goal. For Magnussen, again, he's just doing fine right now. Delaying his pit stop is probably not the wisest move, honestly. So, again, 20 laps is about when they work the best. So we'll just go full push this lap. Okay. I did not intend to press cancel there for Magnussen. Russell with a spin.
Take a look at the replay. Now let's look at this. Here's George Russell.
Did he take out any cars with him? There's a Ferrari there and a Red Bull. Did not. But yeah. So Verstappen is pitting now. That is one freebie in terms of just getting by, I think. Ocon pits too. That does make things a bit simpler. Hamilton is now within 20 seconds of Leclerc. And I think we're just going to see that become smaller and smaller. And again, the window we get here is going to be valuable. Magnussen pits might actually come out behind Hamilton here, because there is a lot of action in the pit box. And Hamilton did beat Magnussen in the pits. Magnussen does hold the advantage though over the tires, so we'll see how this goes, if they DRS off each other, if they, you know, cause problems for each other. Right now, I'm not gonna be causing any problems over Rocky Steven. We'll see which one of them can fight this out on track. The only thing I will be focusing on is just fuel usage. There we go. More pit stops. We're now 18 seconds behind Leclerc. And there's no way he can make that loss. There we go. He is now pitting. Balance fuel for a little bit here. See how far ahead we can get. And our cars are now
I think there's been a lockup.
about 4 seconds ahead of Leclerc. 16 laps to go. He will have fresher tires than us. Could potentially be a problem towards the end. We do have some energy we could use if we see the need. So won't be too concerned there. Magnussen suddenly losing a full second though. That is concerning. Stroll being Stroll, I guess. The second I say that, he actually went off track.
Is that a lockup? Let's take a closer look. Now let's have a look. It's Lance Stroll. And yes, that's the...
So he holds up one of our cars and then just drives off the track for Leclerc. What is this? Let's hope that we don't get any trouble now with Tsunoda. Because if he holds us up too, we could get in trouble with... oh, we actually did, didn't he? Could get in trouble here with Leclerc. Again, we're just going to keep fuel as is for the moment. And once Leclerc gets within 1.5 seconds, which probably is going to happen, our cars are fighting. And last lap, he, as you can see, running about the equal to us without DRS. So once this number becomes 1.5 seconds, we're going to burn what fuel we have left. And I think Leclerc that actually got held up by Ricciardo. So cancelled out, I guess. But he is, again, gaining right now. It's just... it is going to be a three-way fight here. We're getting to the point where we probably should burn remaining fuel. So we'll do that for both our drivers, put them both to push. And we basically just want to keep Leclerc outside of DRS. We might have started pushing a bit too early. Concerns of tire wear, but I think it'll be okay. Again, we do not have a car that should be fighting Leclerc. But the only reason why Leclerc is actually fighting us is because he has that fresh engine. Otherwise, he would be having a bit of trouble. 9 laps to go. Magnussen in lead. Hamilton second. A second down to Leclerc. Almost a... Well, not really. Two-thirds of a pit stop down to Verstappen. Leclerc is closing in, though. Again, which is a bit of a concern. It's also due to Hamilton being half a second rather than 3/10. But, again, it's... it is concerning. Because I don't think we will be able to hold Leclerc off. Even if we burn tires, it'll put us at an even more severe disadvantage. And I don't really want to do that. But now that we can speed things up a little bit, we don't really have any cars in particular to play. The only thing would be energy, but I kind of want to save the energy if we get overtaken. Because that would, it would benefit us in the fight with Leclerc. Again, Magnussen, Hamilton... I'm just going to allow them to fight it out, but we really don't want Leclerc between us.
Looks like quite a big accident, yeah.
Okay, yellow flag so far. Is it going to become a full safety car?
Yellow, yellow.
There's been a crash.
Russell.
Sounds like a single car. Let's have a look. Now, just watch the Mercedes here.
What has Russell been up to?
They've lost control.
Okay, he went into the wall. I don't think he's out, though. Yeah, he's still moving, so no safety cars. Just see the Ferrari hunting us there. Yeah, he's going to get the arrest probably before the end of the race, and that's when things are going to get interesting. He was slightly within there for a second. Tie-wise, Leclerc actually has a disadvantage to Magnussen. I wouldn't have thought that. He might have gone on to another set of use softs. On second thought, that would explain it. But he is within DRS right now. We could try and have Magnussen push a bit. Just have both of them push. Try and retain their positions mainly. Yeah, it does still look kind of concerning, honestly. I would be sad if Leclerc actually managed to come up here and cause me some problems. Have to go back here down to balanced. And as you can see, Leclerc is completely up in the back here. Hello, I like Formula 1. What a name. I would like to see a better development system too. Hello, what SHT? Hamilton did get overtaken there by Leclerc. We are going to have to probably micromanage him a bit here. Potentially getting a bit of a backfire here from the fact that we're actually going to have Magnussen go aggressive here to the end. Push, deploy. And try and get enough of a gap to Leclerc. Oh, Hamilton did.
Okay, final lap.
Because the goal here is very, very simple. We want Hamilton to have DRS on Leclerc, but Leclerc not have DRS from Magnussen. Just go full attack, Hamilton here. Last lap. I would really like to see him more randomized because every driver is identical. Oh no. Oh no. The meme continues. And he's out. Damn.
Got a yellow flag.
Hamilton, please. You're our only hope.
Ignition P0, please. Ignition P0.
Copy.
I'm just in awe at the moment, honestly. But yeah, it looks like Leclerc is going to get the victory here. Hamilton is going to get his second place. Not in the way we wanted, though. Question, though, is Mag actually going to get in the points while being out? Not really. We only lapped up to 14th place.
So we have checkered flag now.
There's a long way to go, but let's keep
Yeah.
pushing, guys. I believe in you.
About development, I would like
we
to see it a
can
bit
do
more
this.
randomized. Roofs. Basically, make it more like Football Manager, where you don't put points in, where they gain points, well, as they become more skilled. Press the Locust are living in Imola. Yeah. I hope the Imola situation gets sorted. It's quite bad, honestly. I've been looking it up. So, it is what it is. Hopefully, no more loss of life would be great. But yeah, I guess we're continuing where we left off last time with more disaster classes here. Magnussen crashing out of P1 on the final lap. Well, we're updating the stream title for that one. It can just stay as is right now. I'm disappointed, Kim. I'm disappointed. The fact that you just thought it as I was thinking it too, to be fair, was enough to manifest that. Huge fan of which Formula 1 driver? Alonso, honestly. He's been mainly the guy that I've been following. My Formula 1 history has been a bit on and off, but Alonso's been the main one. Just has interesting radios, generally interesting to watch. Internet connection drop? No, Jack, you came back to the accident. Yeah, I'd like to see a stat regression for every older driver, except, of course, Alonso. What I really like to see though is just an experience bar. Like more experienced drivers make less mistakes would be awesome. And they got awful sponsorship system for this game, where the main way that drivers get into accident is by the sponsorship lowering control. But yeah, interesting start to the stream. Winning it, final lap from Magnussen. It's classic at this point, isn't it? He also had fastest lap, I believe. So, no points for that. With that driver championship, we have Hamilton moving up, though. Verstappen gaining a few more points than they should have. How many? I need to actually go back in the streams and just check, like, keep a statistic here. How many points have we lost so far? But yeah, only 3 points between Hamilton in 7th and Magnussen in 10th. Yeah, I'd like to just see a youth academy of some sort in this game. It would be great. Bit more taking steps to make the game a bit more, not really diverse, but more different from save to save. Right now it all feels the same, honestly, to me. We don't really have any movement here for us. Ferrari gets overtaken. Sorry, Ferrari overtakes Mercedes. Yeah, I don't know how many points we've chucked away so far this season. It's amazing. And of course we forgot, it's because we forgot the reserve driver. Well, I did. I can't even put that blame on you. That was all me. And we actually had fastest lap. Because we don't get points for fastest lap, it doesn't count. I'm gonna take this to court. No, we're not getting paid for fastest lap just because we didn't get points for it. That's insult to injury right there. Okay, weather center refurbish has been completed. Hopefully we don't get another wet Monaco. A great race. Excuse me. I was honestly expecting the board to be disappointed again, but apparently it was a great race. Okay. I guess we'll take that. Yeah, it's great. The main thing though with Alonso in particular is just his radius are just amazing. I'll just refurbish all these because we have the money. His radius are amazing. He brings entertainment. He's a very, very good driver. So, yeah. Gunter will not be happy, honestly. Not a case of, honestly, I don't even know. Yeah. To be fair, they've been disappointed, as I said. They've gotten used to this. Only one car bended this time. It's a great, great improvement, isn't it? I think that is what they're going for. So, development here. Underfloor is just manufacturing. 13 days for the rear wing, 47 days for the next underfloor, which I believe is high. I would have loved it if they told us here if it was high speed or not, because this doesn't really tell me anything. But seeing that we put CFD and wind tunnel into it, I'm pretty sure this thing is going to put us in probably not the best car, second, third best car. And that's going to be good enough for me. Now the big question is, how badly did Magnussen wreck his car there? Because he hit it with front, he spun around, I think he even hit his rear wing into the back as well. Yeah, Alonso is just, Alonso's gonna be there when he's 60 at this stage. The dude's a machine. Okay, let's put on the broken components. And get practice done with here. Hopefully we have a good quali. Well, we'll decide a lot of this, how this race goes. Okay, so engine did get a whack here. It's a 77 versus 92, so he lost about 15%. ERS didn't lose much. Gearbox 2 took a little bit of a whack. It's not massive, so took damage to engine and gearbox about 15%. And we're gonna have to live with that. Thank you, Jack, for reminding me. Colin Moore's F1 impressions? I have no, that's the... I might have to look it up on YouTube later, but as I said, I'm going to be streaming for probably another couple of hours, and then I need to run for an appointment. And depending on how I feel once I get back, I'm thinking of streaming maybe some more would be 5 hours, around 9 my time. This started at 3 as a reference. But yeah, remembering the reserve driver. Thank you, Jack. I believe it was Jack who yelled that out. I just need to check. Of course, you did. And let's have a quick look here on the stats for Monaco. We've just been everything to the right, isn't that it? And then the other stuff to... Yeah, most of the stuff to the right. That is Monaco. Everything but 1 to the right. Then you live happily ever after. Okay, 35, 85 to right and right. I think we're ready for practice. And we have the reserve driver this time. I should just make the title, Who Will Win It at Monaco? And just pre-jinx myself at this stage. Honestly, I'm just going to do that. And that should, hopefully, unjinx it. I hope. Because when we don't think it, this is going to be one of those things I hate where I capitalize every letter, but it's just going to be how it is. But yeah, I think we're just going to try and get ahead of it. We're also going to have practice rain, which is a problem. Cloudy for the race itself, that's fine. Yeah, can't really overtake, and if everyone pits at the same time, we're just going to get overtaken in the pit box. So it's an awkward one for sure. And there's not really too much we can do about it, so... It looks a bit wonky. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this, for starters. Like so. Okay, let's try this. I can't be bothered. We're currently in Season 3, Formula 1. Well, I like Formula 1. I just want to call you ILFO. That's an acronym. We're currently in Season 3, and if you look in the description, I have a bunch of limitations on what I can and cannot do. One of them is that I cannot upgrade past level 2. So yeah, we haven't really been spending any money, so that's why. Haven't been spending money, we haven't done any research. Yeah, basically we just haven't been spending it on anything. I'll probably check Magnuson's confidence before I send him out again. Well, this one is good. I assume he wants it more to the left. Could make that happen. So yeah, there's a bunch of limitations that also limit what we spend money on, which also have limited upkeep severely, and generally makes it really easy to make money. But then again, after you're into like 4 or 5 seasons in this game, even if you spend every dime you get, you will be rich. Money is not really a limiter in this game at all. Not even the budget cap. The budget cap is kind of a thing you need to try and hit, honestly. I've hit it once so far, and I'll probably play 50 or more seasons total in this game. And I've hit it once, and it was on purpose. So that should give you an idea of just how hard it is to hit the cost cap. Yeah, it's actually a non-issue. Like, even if they like turn it down, you still will not have to worry about that at all. It's kind of sad, honestly, because there's so much hubbub with the cost cap in reality, but in this game it's just like, it's there, we don't care. So I'm interested to see if they actually make any changes to that in the next iteration. And again, I'm really hoping for news soon, because they said news soon like 20 days ago. It's like when I said I'm gonna upload a video and then it shows up next year. So now I know how mean I've been to you guys. I'm so sorry. But yeah, let's get into quali here, see how it goes. Yeah, generally once you learn a bit more about this game, just money isn't the problem. Sponsorships are just giving you way too much, honestly. Now the big question here is anyone gonna block us and ruin our quali? maybe not. I think Q1 here should be safe. And as I said, hopefully we've gotten ahead of it by just asking who's going to bin it here. I am going to get a beverage quickly while the rest of Q1 runs, because I think we're safe. Maybe. We'll see. Seems Verstappen has gotten himself a new engine. Did myself at the Verstappen beat Leclerc by 2/10s? I definitely say new engine. And it's kind of interesting because I did see a script that supposedly switches up engines. And I'm really, really tempted to try and test it, but it's 8 months old, so I might test it on a fresh save. And just see if it can, because if it actually works and it switches up the engine stats, it would be really, really interesting to run it before every new season. Hello, Dark. You're just in time for Monaco. Hope you enjoy.
That's it for the session.
Now that you mention it, it's we're probably gonna figure it out. Hey, Dark. Hope you've had a good day. We had just another, well, binning incident. If you jump back with a little bit in the stream to the last lap, Spain, you'll see some interesting stuff happening. Yeah, these boys have both got new engines for sure. Leclerc has new engine. He had it last lap. I would say last race. I would say Sainz has a new engine too. Mercs probably have new engines. I would assume most of them have at this stage, honestly. Which is why Monaco is like one of those throwaway races for me, honestly. Particularly early on. And by the looks of it, we've actually returned a set of softs. Because we ran on not softs. That's going to be a problem. We have 2 sets of Haas for Monaco. I really should have run that third practice myself. Is what I'm seeing here. But hopefully we can make it through to with this. Rain just messes up the AI's tire allocations, which is a concern. But not much we can do about it right now. Hello, Poconaldo. How you doing? You finally back? It's been a whole month. Where have you been? On adventures? Harris is going to hold up Magnussen. And Hamilton. Mercedes going to stay put with their upgrades? I would assume so. They kind of need to see how well those upgrades work before they do a new one. Hamilton with a perfect 110 time there. Kind of impressive. I am worried though for mainly Magnussen here. We might have to send him out on the other set of fresh softs. Honestly, I'm going to send him out for another run, for sure. And he should just have enough time to do this one and then another one if we need to. Sorry about that. Magnussen did improve his time, so they should be safe. Again, Paris and Leclerc will probably get above us. I don't think the other cars will be good enough to beat us out there, so I think we're safe. For Monaco next weekend, honestly, the tracks are quite different. Let's be honest. One is a street track, the other one is a old school racetrack, so to speak. So they are probably going to test them out in Monaco. I don't think they're going to be... They might even bring more upgrades, but they want to see how they fare. If they had gotten a practice session off, they probably would have been a lot happier, but I don't think the upgrades are going to be good or bad for Monaco. They're probably going to be okay. We'll see exactly how good they are. Yeah, Monaco is not actually great track to test as well. That's the thing too. Something is just going to be okay. Did I win the Season 2 championship? I did not. I actually can't remember, but the last 3 or 4 streams have all been disaster classes, honestly. There's been crashes, there's been spins, there's been teammates killing each other. Basically, we've not been having a good time. That's the best way I can describe it, honestly. So yeah. Last race 2. We had a binner who was leading the race on the final lap. Classic. I don't even know how many times Magnussen has pulled that so far this save. Probably 4 or 5. Which is concerning, because if you lose 5 P1s from your own shenanigans over a couple of seasons, you would be at risk. I like doing the practice session. Use 2 softs for P1, a soft for me for P2, soft and hard for P3. It's not a bad idea, Dark. The AI generally uses the same setup for practice, so I'm usually fine with simming it. It's only sometimes when it's raining that they will use other things. Hamilton has not won a race yet. The closest he's been is, I think, P2. Last race in Spain. Kind of screwing over with strategy there, to some degree. Aston Martin, Alonso will do in Monaco. Honestly, I'm looking forward to that too. The thing that still haunts me to this day is Alonso's overtake on Hamilton at Bahrain was just masterclass, and I just think that he will do something like that in Monaco too, given the chance now that he has a car he can actually fight with. And a teammate who isn't, you know, pissing him off every second they're breathing. We are going to use another set of fresh here. It's just... Its track position is just worth that much in Monaco. So yeah, I'm also looking forward to seeing how that plays out. For sure. Well, let's see here. Definitely do need to do another run for fresh. I'm wondering if Science... Yeah, Science should have plenty of time here. It's a short lap. As usual, we'll let the others go first, and then we'll send our cars out late. See where this qualifying takes us. Yeah, Hamilton did 1-2 actually a bit earlier. So interesting that Ocon did an identical one. Okay, looks like we are second row, if I didn't miss... Okay, 1 second row, 1 third row. Where... Oh, Paris actually ran out. Left out here, I didn't notice. What is to save at this point, honestly? The Alpines are being kind of fighty. Max falling back. Bottas is... This is trippy at this point. It's a shame, though. Ocon, still with the 110. Hamilton with the 110. Do we have any others? Oh, Bottas just bottled it here. 1,000 off. Do we have any others here? But yeah, 2 110s here. One that was super close. Well, not really. He's... I'm thinking the wrong way. He's still a 10th off, more or less. This one is closer. This one is even closer, so yeah, my bad. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what like upgrades the teams themselves declare for Monaco, so to speak. But I think it's still going to be fun. Might be a bit more interesting Monaco than we usually have, because of the fact that teams had upgrades they want to use for the previous race, but they just didn't get a chance to do it. So, race report. Softs there. Here's Kings, as you can see. 15-2 versus 15-7. 2/10 degradation to the mediums. Sorry, not 2/10, 200s. Which means that 25 laps of advantage. But a full second down to the hard. But the hard degrade, again, with the degradation race, the hard to soft will be 20 laps about. It's 500s. Times 10 is 5/10s. Times 2 is 20 laps a second. And from the medium to the hard, it's even a bit worse. So honestly, we're doing a one-stop air soft to hard would probably be the play. See what we can expect from the teams. One-stop air, soft hard, hard to soft, medium to hard. So yeah, one-stop is definitely on the agenda. It's a short pit lane, 22 seconds. Low chance of safety car, so hard to plan according to that. What we could do if we're really cheeky is start on the hard, go soft towards the end. But again, soft too hard is kind of risky, as you can see. It won't really live long enough to make it viable. We can probably stretch the hards towards the end if we need. We're going to have to stretch these softs anyways if we're going to start on them. And I think we are. So it's basically, what kind of gamble do we want to do? This Hamilton starts 5th. We're going to put him on the mediums. Magnussen generally has had better race starts. So we're going to put a bit of hope in him. And we are going to overfuel with the one lap that we're allowed to. And honestly, we're just going to do this for the race start. And we'll see if we can make something out of this. Hard to 25% safety car? Yeah. So, one safety car for the last 4 seasons. Hard to medium could work too. The thing that I'm mainly worried about is track position. By starting on the hards, because the stint is so long, the hards will be so slow towards the end that the people on the new tires are just going to eat us up. So we're going to come out on the quicker tire towards the end, but we'll be behind other cars, which is generally not a good position to be in. So we kind of, I think doing the quicker tire first and then the slower to the end at Monaco is probably the better strategy. Potentially. And as you can see, theoretically, the medium is quicker than the softs by about 4 seconds. But I want to do this with Magnussen because he has shown that he's the one that does overtakes. So we're going to see if we can have him make his way up a couple of places and make something happen on those soft tires. It's going to be a bit interesting. Can't figure out how to get out of ERS holes. What do you mean? ERS holes.
It's sunny and bright as the drivers line up on the... We're here and the streets are above.
I am not following, Dark. Could you elaborate, please?
And it's lights out and away we go.
Let's see here. This is the one time Hamilton is going to have a good start. Well, currently both our drivers are doing okay. They both retain position, which is
Overtake is available.
honestly the most important part. And we do have 2 drivers there, Verstappen and Leclerc. Their hearts are going to be shot by the end of this race. Same for Ocon and Russell. Alonso. Or Alonso there. Signs that on those mediums could be a problem for us. But generally, this is actually looking good for Hamilton already. Honestly. I think this might be a very, very good situation for him to be in. But we'll see now if Magnussen can get some overtaking done to the first, well, into the first main straight, basically. Because we do have tire advantage. Williams season 1, 5th in the constructors with like 3 wins. That's really good, honestly. That's pretty good. Doesn't look like we have this speed here to get Sainz, or do we? Maybe? Nah. Gonna let me go at the top? Is he? Go on, Magnussen. Hold it in. There we go. Beautiful work. Now with this, we can actually have Hamilton try and do the same thing.
Simply lovely.
Simply lovely indeed. Wet weather races, yeah.
Is that a
Honestly,
new
I would
race
put my
position
money
for
on
Haas?
Spain, Singapore, and maybe Baku for your wins, but rain races explains it too. Although I hate them because I just feel like they're so random. Yeah, Magnus already made up 1 spot. Pretty good. Question now here is, can he make up another? And we're actually running away from Sainz, so potentially Hamilton could get Sainz with DRS later on. So I'm thinking what we do here is just put him down to neutral. And we don't burn off all the ERS immediately. Now,
DRS has been enabled.
Magnussen is looking, but I don't think he'll get the move done. So we'll just put him back to neutral too. And I think we'll speed things up here. I'd say we're in pretty good position so far. We have the DRS advantage over both the cars we're following. And that should be good enough for us to get the overtake done. I can hope, at least. And no, our DRS is still pretty damn weak. We need that new underfloor. I should probably just make a drag reduction underfloor, and that would solve all our DRS issues, because we do have trouble with the overtakes under DRS. Like, we're getting overtaken by Alpines, but we can't make the overtake stick. So that is concerning, to say the least. For Magnussen, I think we could recharge ERS here, but I am tempted to just see if we can make the overtake stick if I give him overtake here now onto the main straight. That little bit of extra energy is enough. It is not. Okay, we're gonna go balance some fuel here. We're just gonna sit and not completely burn down our tires, and then we can push towards the end of the stint maybe. We'll have to see where we're at compared to the others. Hamilton, Magnussen again. Not the worst position to be in. But I would have loved it to overtake. Might just need to put Magnussen there at least harvest. But it does look like we're losing out a little bit from lap to lap in our current position. So for Hamilton here, we're gonna push a bit of fuel, so that we don't lose the toe, so to speak, from Sainz. And again, Sainz and Hamilton equal tires for the most part. Hello, Evans. Would it be good for the next game to give us the option to then spice the other teams? Honestly, it would be funny if you could like do underhanded stuff, but I'd rather they add that as, you know, extra content down the line and just get the game properly fleshed out first. But being able to do things like engine, like what Ferrari did to their engines, Spygate, basically the general underhandiness, I guess, I'm trying to say here, that some teams could pull, would be an interesting addition to the game, but right now I don't think it should be a focus, like at all. Question here is, do we pit early? I don't think we can afford that. We do a pretty good tire wear. We're generally using less than what we expect. But yeah, honestly, what I really like to see is just being able to make your own engine. Would make me pretty happy. Again, Hamilton is just straight up slower than Sainz. It is a bit concerning. 310 slower, still slower. So unless we use ERS, I don't think we're gonna get back onto that train. Maybe we'll see. We didn't run the full lap with extra fuel usage last time out, so we'll see here now. We're lacking a bit of cornering. We are slightly quicker there, so we'll just let him burn fuel. Even if it burns down, you know, a bit negative, that's fine too. The gap we're opening up to Ocon is rather valuable. So, Magnussen, 22 seconds, remember. Still need a bit more before we can even consider pitting. But again, it's around another 13 laps before we even consider it. I wouldn't be too concerned. Hamilton is just slightly outside of DRS, but he's doing his very best. But it is also eating the tires at this stage, so I think we are going to just go balanced. Magnussen has a lot of extra fuel, but that's fine. Marshal the contracts to be able to move to another team. Yeah. Honestly, I just see a complete rework of the sponsor, because the way the sponsors work now is just debuffs for your team. And it's just a silly system, honestly. The sponsor system should just be money and performance demands, and these performance demands shouldn't really have too much of an effect on your drivers. Like, if you don't meet your performance demands, yeah, sure, the team might get worried because sponsor might just say, nah, you're not getting the money. But I don't think I've ever seen a driver who would just eat the car into a corner because the sponsor is there for a race, for instance. Might need to give Magnus a bit of push here, we'll see. Put him for push for a lap or two. Yeah. Have I won the Monaco GP? On the current grid. Is it bad that I wanted to say I wanted to say Leclerc immediately? But then again, Leclerc has not had a good time at Monaco. We do want to recharge though, I think. Hamilton for sure. I can't even remember if it was Paris who won last year out. Because there was some sort of angry shenanigans between Paris and Verstappen. I'm getting distracted right now. My bad. Is it just Hamilton? Didn't Rick win one year? Yeah, I know, Evans. I played most of my managers. I would rather like their sponsor system. Didn't Vettel... I think it's Vettel, Rick, and... Hamilton. I want to say Paris, of all things. Yeah, I think we push fuel at this stage. Magnussen is gonna suffer here. It's just how things are gonna be. Gonna come out behind the Mercs. They're both on mediums though, so we'll see how that goes. Now they just push. Pit window has been entered. Let's see. We're gonna run Hamilton 2 to the end here. Currently in real life Formula 1 grid on this game. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure Hamilton has won one for sure. Vettel, again, pretty sure. I think Rick had a surprise win at one point. And I think Paris won it at one stage, but I'm a bit unsure. I don't think this... I can't even remember, honestly. If I know a Red Bull won last year. I just don't remember which one. I do not have the best memory. Okay, so, pitting. Happening this lap. Onto the hard. We're not going to push the tires because once they hit that 30, they actually fall off pretty badly. Can't push fuel though. See here now where we actually come out here with Magnussen. So other people are also pitting. Should come out right behind Bottas, or maybe, yeah, right behind him. It would have been brilliant if we actually came out ahead of him. We would have a bit more free air to play with. But to be fair, we should have no problem overtaking Bottas here now. Every one of the sovereigns are pitting. Leclerc's now pitting too. Can we jump him? Gonna be the big one. Honestly though, Leclerc has it's a curse. Alonso, Verstappen and Perez. Okay.
Keep at it.
Okay, so Magnussen did jump Leclerc. Sorry, Magnussen did not jump Leclerc.
Haas with an overtake there.
Which is unfortunate. So if we'd gotten out ahead of Bottas, we probably would have jumped Leclerc. Can't really do anything about it right now though, so we're just gonna have to bide our time. And again, he's just gonna run to the end of those tires. So, the question now is, what do we do with Hamilton? I think we just push. Full on. And even then, I don't think we're gonna jump anyone. That's the problem. I'm concerned. Yeah, Verstappen has already pitted. I get too confused with the... Yeah, Vettel retired. You're saying current grid. Same with Rick. I'm so used to them being there that I kind of... I'm not... I can't focus on both your trivia and the game. It just doesn't work. I forgot half the trivia question. Sorry, lad. But yeah, you are correct. So I got 2 correct then. Paris and Hamilton out of 4, 5, 4. It's a passing grade on a test. I'll live with that. Okay, so Hamilton is going to come out behind Bottas. Bottas needs to pit, Rick needs to pit. The worst, but still not great. And of course, Magnussen being stuck where he is not great either. But yeah, Oconaldo scored the class president. I'm the class clown. But honestly, it's kind of fun with trivia like that. Not gonna lie. I think we're just gonna harvest for both of them right now. Oh, I don't think Hamilton is gonna be able to jump signs. Is the thing. Even if it says 22 seconds, because it still takes time to run, and that corner saves a bit of time here, as you can see. So even if we pushed Hamilton, he probably wouldn't have made a difference right there. It's unfortunate. We are losing out though to the guy in front by saving energy. We're just going to deploy and catch up, I think. But then again, our car isn't really that good. That's the main concern that we have. Got held up a little bit there by the back marker. Even so, 3rd and 5th is something I would take, honestly, at this point. So I think we'll just speed things up a bit and allow this to play out. Because Monaco is just hard to overtake on. We have no tire advantage at the current point. We have a car that is slower. Unfortunately, that is the fact. So if we micromanaged it to perfection, we might get a position or two, but honestly, I'd rather just accept reality and move on. Monaco is one of those hard tracks. Like, you can win if you micromanage, if you have a good car. But with the 4th, 5th best car, 3rd and 5th, we're definitely going to take that any day of the week. Question is just can we hold on? So Hamilton and Ocon doing about the same time. Magnussen a bit quicker than Sainz. And then we just have Verstappen running quicker than everyone. Like insanity, dude's almost got a full pit stop ahead. Perez down in 13th. Of course, we could push Magnussen's fuel, but even then, it won't make a difference. So, yeah, I'm just going to speed things up. Just going to keep an eye on the differences here. And the tires should be runnable to the end. The main thing here with Leclerc is... yeah, even... like, our tires are worse than his, so they'll last to the end for sure. We couldn't jump in the pits. That's one of the... it's, again, having a bad pit group does make it more difficult, but it's an annoyance kind of difficult. Are we doing in terms of overlapping? Albon? And yeah, currently the situation is fairly stable, I'd say. Science is about to cause a problem for Magnussen, though. We might need to slow down a little bit here, in case he just overtakes him. Because that would not be funny. Tiny bit of tire advantage for Science, but I think we should still be okay here. Although it is getting closer. So we do have fuel we can burn towards the end. Right now, I think it's fine to leave things as is. If we get overtaken, we're just going to have to live with it. Honestly. It's not the worst thing that could ever happen. Hamilton's still gaining a bigger gap to Ocon, meaning that he should be safe. We could try and purposefully hold up Sainz, but I think that would do more harm than good. Honestly, it would just be, with the way that the AI handles things, would just be immediately overtaken and then unable to re-overtake. We basically have one overtake this this race so far from our guys. Yeah, and Magnus and Science should just be fine to run to the end here. If it gets past, it gets past. We do have some fuel that we could burn. I think in the last 5 laps or so. We have a little bit of energy, not a lot. Oh, there we go. It got a little bit of a free gap there. Hamilton also. Could we get into DRS of Science for Hamilton while staying ahead for Magnussen? Looks like it is possible. So we're going to slow down here because an opportunity has arisen where we might be able to make a move, but it's going to be difficult. Might need to push tires here to make this into reality. I'm thinking we gamble everything right about now. Hopefully this will give us enough energy that we'll reset this as we cross the line. Then maybe make a move up here now. We're just slightly too slow compared to the Ferrari. Hello, Nanka. Thank you. I am doing okay. I probably have caught the flu though. I'm feeling better right now. Just gonna serve.
We do require fuel lift off.
Or Magnussen just to be safe. But other than that, I'm fine. I do have an appointment I need to get to in about a couple of hours. So I'll be probably streaming until then and then leaving. How are you doing? Hope you've been doing well. Okay, good balanced. And can Hamilton keep up while harvesting? Big question. Because we're gonna have to harvest if we want to have any chance of getting the overtake done, because we're gonna need more energy. So run neutral for this lap, harvest the next one, take it from there. Someone released a video? When did it come out? Oh, this is actually kind of bad with the back market train here. That back market train screwed over Hamilton so bad. Or maybe not. Yeah, it did. Lost all the chance there, I think, unfortunately. Let's just conserve, make sure we get enough fuel. Might have to have a look at that after the stream, maybe. Let me know if you find anything interesting there. And if you're on the Discord, feel free to post it in the F1 Manager 23 leaks. And I'll have a look at it after stream, maybe. Because I don't think it's a good idea to have a look at it right now. Honestly. Okay. Might need to pause the stream then for a second just to have a look. But yeah, looks like we are ending up with 3rd and 5th. Barring any, last lap incidents. We are very good at those. I was sure that was actually, us crashing. Podium for Magnussen, 5th for Hamilton.
Over the finish line.
It's not super good, but acceptable. And because I'm very, very curious, I am going to apologize here, but I'm just going to mute the stream for a second and have a quick look at the leak thing. Again, I'm just going to see if it looks legit. I'll be back in like 10 seconds or so. I am just straight up curious. So I muted the background noise from the PZD just in case. But again, I've been waiting for news about this game for forever. Leaked info from Pit Lane Sim Racing. Yeah. To be fair, I had a quick look at the video. Sorry about that. I'm back. It looks like he just made a video from the 3 screenshots that got leaked on Reddit, like yesterday or 3 days ago, something like that. And again, it's not a lot of information. You just pinned your save? Oh, that sucks, Ninka. So sorry for you. But yeah, 3rd and 5th for us. Live with that. Verstappen is winning. It's actually going to be hard to beat Verstappen this season, I think. Magnussen moves up to 7th, Hamilton down to 8th. And we stand put where we are. But we are gaining under the 2 teams ahead. Ferrari and Red Bull still gaining more points than us. Yeah, Nick, I found it from pit lane's sim. Yeah. It would be an interesting like game mode. Basically just a story mode for a season. But I'm not too hyped up about that, honestly, because if it's a seasonal game mode, it won't offer much more than beyond a season. And I think once you played it once or twice, you're gonna be over it. So personally, not a big sell for me. But for people who like story in their games, I can see how that is huge. Now, I believe we have an underfloor coming in now before... No, sorry, not underfloor, a rear wing coming in before Azerbaijan. Won't get it made. Ah, that sucked, Ninka. I do dislike that they have like a 50 save maximum on this. I don't get why, personally. Now, I guess I should upgrade everything to level 3 now, to be fair. We are in Season 3. I think I'll do that next season. If we keep on going. Because with the restrictions lifted on what I can use for development right now, having more development slot is just going to be a bit too much. So we actually binned enough chassis that they want me to make another one, and I will. They just take forever to manufacture. Okay, so the rear wing will be ready for Baku, but no emergency manufacturing. I need to put that in the description, I think, because I don't think I've actually done that. But it is one of the things that we're doing. Yeah, basically, new mode is supposedly like Breaking Point for F1 Manager. It's gonna be, I think it's centered on last year's season. Like you can replay the 2022 season and influence it, or it's something like that. I haven't gotten too much into it, but it's basically more of a seasonal story mode, which isn't bad. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing, but to me, it's not really a focus point personally. That's all of them. Again, we're gonna extend Wellington's contract. Don't know why I gave him a year. And I think we're gonna see if we can get a new Melvin next season maybe. And tips to win a championship, because I've been struggling to get those. If I already won one. Like back-to-back win championship, or... I'm sorry, Nick, I'm not completely following, because... multiple championships in a row. Research is going to be the big one there. As long as your car doesn't degrade compared to the cars around you from season to season, you will generally have a better time. So if your car is capable of winning the championship reliably, I would start focusing on research from that moment on. Because even if it says like, oh, I'm only losing 10%, in this game 10% is actually a lot. So if you are winning reliably, I'd say you do research. Research is actually, again, very important, which is one of the reasons why I've restricted to no research during this, because it does make it a bit more interesting in that regard, because it is actually a pretty severely limiting factor. Other than that, just make sure your underfloor is always top notch, your rear wings, your front wings. And as long as you have that, you'd generally be pretty good, honestly. But the AI has become better at development, I think, compared to when the game first came out. I don't think they're really just rolling a dice anymore. Although, it could just be because, again, I'm playing a more of a challenge game. Yeah, I don't really have any advice other than that. Make sure you get your research done properly. Once you have a championship winning car. Sometimes you do research, but it doesn't give you advantage in the rules and regulation tab. The way research works is that once you get hit with a regulation, you want to make sure that you research the things that take a hit. So, put lieutenant in before Jack kills me. You want to research the things that actually matter. So if we have a quick look here, let's say that your regulations hit low speed on your front wing in this case, mainly. Front wings, rear wings, underfloor, low speed cornering is going to suffer. Then you want to focus your research onto that until the loss of percentage becomes equal to percentage gain. You can remind me after the race and I'll go a bit more in depth into it on the research screen itself. But generally you don't want to use research for anything other than what you are losing out on, mainly. I see you already yell for Lethan and Jack, so you have been vindicated. Good, thank you for the reminder. I will probably immediately forget once you stop reminding me though, so feel free to keep on yelling. But yeah, research is generally for fixing what the regulations are gonna mess up next year. That's what I would focus on for my research. Anything else is just a bonus. Now Baku is going to be interesting too, because the soft tires are really, really good. Have I been looking at the wrong... I have. I am a dum-dum. Let's see how badly I messed this up. Pretty badly is the consensus there. Basically opposite of what I needed. But I think they're both good now. Let's get practice 1 done. Stimulated. Yeah. You could if you could upload a screenshot on, I think you're on Discord, are you not? You can upload a screenshot in the help by Apple Manage 2022. I can have a look at it. Just of what you're trying to research. But it sounds like you might have had a bug there then if you don't see any like gains afterwards, because it does sound weird, I'll be honest. I'm not exactly sure what is happening with your game then. And don't sell yourself short. It's not necessarily being dumb. It might just be confusing things. Like, I've missed obvious game mechanics more than I'd like to share, honestly. So I've just been lucky with not, you know, bumping my head against the wall for this game. See, we're looking good in practice so far. Need to get a little bit more confidence on Magnussen. Can't let us say how to start a new one. That's okay. Well, if you want to help later, I could probably jump on Discord, have a look if you want to stream your game. But it would have to be probably later tonight in that case. If you still have the save, or if not, but it's up to you. We'll see later. It just sounds a bit weird. Probably some sort of either misunderstanding. I really can't do 2 things at once today, can I? Saving 3 sets here would be optimal. I need to check which tires are good. There we go. Do we want to save hards here? We kind of do not. Takes about 15 laps. Softs. Feel free, Edster. Honestly, I can have a look at that too. If anyone wants some help, I'll be going through the Discord. Usually, someone's already given the correct answer by the time I look at it, though. So that might be why I haven't responded to some of the questions. But feel free to just upload it, and then if I'm there, I will answer or try and help. Let's see. What do we want to save? So softs, 6/10. Again, 15 laps advantage over mediums. Mediums, 15 laps advantage over hards. How many laps is total here? 52? 51? Yeah, thank you, Edster. Sounds great. Honestly, you guys are really, really good at helping each other, I'd say. About that. So 2 stopper, 15, 15, 15. 2 softs and a medium. That's what we want to save. So let's do a run on the soft to start with. That should be okay. I understand, Nick, that it's extremely frustrating when you can't figure out exactly what is wrong. And again, it wouldn't surprise me if it's a glitch. Or just straight up a misunderstanding of some sort. Run both of them on conserve. Now, I don't really need an extra set of hards here, so might as well just run a hard set after this and conserve to the end. Yeah, no worries, man, honestly. And again, I am a teacher, so I kind of have the instinct to curse. I like helping people. So, really, it's okay. And I'm pretty sure it's the same for Edster. He's pretty good at looking after people too. Mainly most of you guys are, to be fair. So I wouldn't be worried. We'll probably figure out what the issue is at some point. But I am annoyed that I actually started practice 3.
So just on the way in, if you give us some feedback on tools and what we can look at.
I'm happy here.
Understood.
I'm gonna try and premeditate this one too. But you also have as you could probably upload what you wouldn't like help with. I just hate this game so much. Honestly, it can be frustrating, but once you get used to it, it'll be, I think, pretty simple for you, honestly. Okay, so premeditated, try and get the unluckiness out of it already. After it to Baku, bin it or win it. And if I jinx myself, I do it in clear conscience. Nothing can face me no more at this stage. Oh yeah, Edster, did you have a look, by the way, in the Canada challenge? What do you think of the restrictions? Should I add some more? Are they calm enough? Or do we need a bit more harsh punishment? Be able to build this, I hope. Probably add another lap of fuel. I believe there was one thing I'd forgotten to put in there, but now I just can't remember. What I teach? I teach English, history, social studies, math, a lot of things basically. Don't worry about Ninke, it's not my main language either. Yeah, I think this should be okay. Yeah, of course using Latif and Stroll, otherwise there would be no point in calling it a Canada challenge. There was one more thing that I wanted to add, but now I can't remember what it was. I think this is my 6th year, I'm pretty sure. But, well, 6 years as a full-fledged teacher. I've been working as teacher's aide, assistant, I don't know what it's called, we have a different name for it in Norway. Substitute teacher? Yeah, a few years before that.
VSC.
VSC already? In practice? Who's the binner? Not one of ours once. Is impressive. I think we're okay. Now, don't worry. Feel free to ask. Again, it's I work with smaller kids, 1st to 5th grade. Well, 1st to 7th technically. But the school where I am, we have 1st to 4th really. I barely have any interaction with the 5th graders. And we have 5th to 10th, which is how school works in Norway. 1st to 10th grade. Then you can go for 2 years extra some other place. But I mainly teach again history, math.
That's it for the session.
Social studies, and English. So I do also sometimes teach the other subjects as well. Science, practical science mostly. Arts and crafts. But my main responsibility is those. Yeah, history is good. There's the reason why, if you go back to the earliest videos on this channel, you'll see history games for the most part. Europa Universalis. And then school, well, studies became too much and I stopped uploading. And then I came back last year. Well, a little bit before that too. But my health has also been kind of an issue. I haven't really had any excess energy. Which kind of been a pain, honestly. So yeah, now. But in the good parts, get ready for quali. See how this race goes. My favorite subject? Honestly, my favorite personal subject is probably history too. But my favorite subject to teach is probably mathematics. Because a lot of students that might struggle with other things will just have it click when it comes to math. And it is just so fun to some degree to just see some children are struggling with memorizing and finding, you know, other things boring. Just seeing math click for them, and it's kind of hard to teach math wrong too. It's easier to set up classes for, and you don't need to worry about do we need to know everything about this history subject? What can I add? What do I need to leave out? Make it within the framework of the class, so to speak. I suck at explaining this in English, I just realized. Well, to be fair, like, math for 1st to 4th graders isn't that hard, so I don't think you would hate that too much, honestly. But once we get into, like, pre-university, that's not fun to teach. That's just a bit, that's just annoying. The main reason why I like to teach it for first to 4th grade is because, again, for those of them that actually enjoy it and it kind of clicks for, they do enjoy it a lot. It's easy to teach, generally just good. And again, history is just a lot of what do they need and what can I cut out. Probably looks good here though. Again, Verstappen 4/10 ahead of us. We might have a struggle here if he has that much of a fresh engine. We're gonna have to have a safety car. But yeah, honestly, disliking maths is common. So, wouldn't be worried about that. We have had a crash in Q1. Do we have anyone upper table in danger? Leclerc? Just barely in. Nah, not really. Vettel and Gasly, did they crash into each other?
Sounds like there's been contact.
Looks like
We
it,
can take a
maybe.
look now. Let's have another look.
No, that's a
Science is
Ferrari.
the focus here. Oh no! And there's the crash. Mark my words.
Okay,
they'll be
Mr. Cameraman.
asked about that later.
I would have to disagree with the fact that Sainz is the focus there, because he left the frame and then crashed.
Okay, that is the end of the session.
That should be some damage though. And Sainz actually got a penalty too. Okay. Middle school would be what years? It's kind of weird because every country has their own like school systems, and they can vary wildly. I mean, what is middle school for us? You know, in middle school would be like years. Well, children would be 10 to 13. So, bit curious if it's the same for you. Okay. Hamilton gets kind of slowed down there at one point, judging by this, but I think he's still safe. It can be really fun to teach, but sometimes it can be frustrating. Mainly, not really due to the kids, but due to the parents. Because their angel can do no wrong. Not even get a bad result on a test, for instance. Let's face it, no one is perfect. At some point you are going to have a bad test, no matter if you focus on school 100% or not. Like, I flunked a exam, well I flunked 2 actually, while studying to be a teacher. So, it can happen to everyone. Okay, so we will have fresh softs then. To Q3. Good. Russell out in Q2 though, that's a bit of a surprise. Is he running a bad engine? Let's go ahead here. But yeah, I'll have a bit more. I'm still gonna have a look at the game mode. Game mode information that was in the video later. So yeah. Okay. So a bit older than Norway. You were from Netherlands, were you not, Nienke? Unless I misremember. From Holland. Dutchy. A Verstappen fan. So not the best first run here for our boys, but that's fine. Again, older softs, they have degraded quite a bit. A lot of fresh set now for the final run. But Verstappen beating out Perez with almost 4/10 is scary. Let's just put it like that. So since Sainz picked up the penalty, I would like to see what the penalty is. If it's like 3 places, if it's 5, probably a 3 placer. It will make it easy to plan, but it should give us a free spot for both our drivers if he qualifies ahead of us. Okay, Verstappen kind of getting held up here by Gasly. He's not going to have a flawless second run. Magnussen jumps up to 4th. Actually beaten by Alonso. And Hamilton 5th. So we beat Sainz with both our boys. You were, but not anymore. You and Alonso main now. If you're curious about the, you could probably just put them in help if you're looking for support, or you can just put them in tricks and tips. That works too. I do have to say Josh Berg gave a top response to the spam we had on Discord. How would this help me make Latifi world champion? Yeah, decent quality, 4th and 5th. Acceptable. It's not like the way he's acting when he's in the car. That's fair. To be fair though, he has matured a lot, Verstappen.
Race day has...
He isn't chucking it down immediately. If it's to help him, you'd probably just put it in help. And we can dig it up when we need it. It should be easily to find there, so you can just put it there. That should be okay. I see strategy. You wanted to do soft, yeah, because this is what the AI will use. One of these three. We want to, if we can, use a soft, medium, soft here, and it is fairly doable on this track. That's the thing, and it will be pretty quick strategy. Like compared to this one, 23 seconds, 17 seconds, and if we take into consideration the pit lane here, we have a guaranteed safety car and a short pit lane. So honestly, Nick, don't worry about it. Like, not liking mats is an honest opinion, and you have my respect for not liking Matt. Don't worry. I respect I respect everyone's decisions. Like, if you don't like mats, it's an honest thing. It doesn't do anything to me personally, so don't worry about it. It's perfectly fine. I am pretty calm on that. Like, if it doesn't affect me personally, you're free to do really whatever you want to some degree. Except, you know, horrible things. And not liking math is not horrible. It's natural to some degree. It's something a lot of people don't like. I'm not offended. Don't need to be worried about that. And I'm explaining this in a horrible manner myself, so don't worry about it. Really don't. Let's see here. I'm trying to set up a strategy while I'm doing this, so we'll go with this. Should be okay. Soft, medium, soft. We'll have a safety car in this mess too, and we will start on soft tires. We have an extra set of softs here that we could use if we need to. They are scrub softs, but this calc, yeah, that one's rough. It is not a fun one. I had a lot of experience with different,
It's a bit of a...
not really disabilities per se,
Here
but
we
challenging
go, with the Azerbaijan
challenges like
Grand
that.
Prix.
But not liking math
Lights
is
out,
one thing,
and
but
away we
having
go.
I don't even know, dyscalculia, basically the number version of dyslexia, you really don't need to worry about not liking math. Honestly,
good at the
it's more than understandable. So Magnus has already gotten a jump on Alonso. Can Hamilton do the same? Yeah, just look at the speed difference. And in terms of tires here, we have Verstappen on the mediums, we have Paris on all the softs. And same for Bottas, same for Gasly, rest on medium or soft here. Kind of what we expect. What's going to be more interesting is seeing who goes on to the hards and when. But so far, this should be okay. Thank you for uploading the monster. Thank you very much. It should make it a little bit easier to explain. But also, Nick, if you have this calculator, I can understand why the research screen doesn't make a lot of sense to you, since it's a lot of numbers. So again, if you find it challenging, feel free to ask for help, and we will probably be able to help you out a bit. Yeah. Looks like you got everything under control there, Edster. Yep. Current race you go for next season, yeah. So you want to focus on the high speed, medium, and low speed. For the downforce, on basically your front wing, your rear wing, and I assume suspension and underfloor. Not rough regs, but still regs. I say we're looking good right now. Again, I'm kind of multitasking. Hello, Dean. Nice to see you. Again, thanks for your membership. I am doing well. Kind of having a bit of bout with flu, but otherwise I'm fine. Hope you're doing well too, Dean. I was about to call you Dixter. Hope you're doing well, Dean. How are you doing? Computer science is heavily underrated as a subject. I would agree with that, Pocanaldo. Honestly, to be fair, we don't really teach, well, the younger kids, where I work at least, much about computers, to be fair. But computer science would actually be something I would be interested to teach. It's a lot of fun. Then again, I enjoy computers and kind of enjoy coding a little bit. So I think that would be fun to teach. But now I think we'll just leave things as is. It's a pretty stable situation. Again, Paris, Verstappen, we have them ahead of us. Paris running softs, Verstappen running mediums. Not much we can do. They are quicker than us. It's just reality.
DRS is enabled.
So I'm thinking, as long as we stay within DRS with both cars, we can be happy with that. Nice to hear that you're doing good, Dean. Hello, Ways. You've been in the whole time just lurking, yeah? Feel free to lurk as much as you want. Monaco was Monaco. Boring. We had one overtake. Well, one overtake as a team. Got third and fifth. Honestly, point-wise, a better result than Spain. But not that exciting of a race, honestly. You can't do the research, but yeah, that's understandable, particularly towards the end of the season. That's wouldn't be worried about that. You only have difficulty with more advanced things, so you have a life form then. Still, though, it's a disadvantage, and it does make things more difficult for you, and it's fully understandable why you find it more challenging and probably annoying more so than difficult. To be fair. Unknowingly difficult, as I like to say it. So yeah, don't worry about that. It's perfectly normal to dislike it. Probably speed things up again. A bit too focused on the chat at the moment. Sorry about that.
Okay, that was a purple lap. I'll let you know if the situation changes.
Yeah. The thing too also about the research, Nienke, is you should focus on your underfloor first. Because your underfloor is, if not 90, probably 70 to 80% of your stats. Your underfloor is the most important part of your car, so if you need to prioritize research, do underfloor, then your front and rear wings, then everything else. That is actually a really, really good point that Bayard said that I forgot about. Yeah, I'd say currently we're looking good. Again, Paris and Verstappen are fighting. We do have a lot of excess fuel here, so I don't know if I calculate a lap extra. Just pull the sliders to the right, focusing on the stats that are being damaged or hurt. Redacted? Reduced. That's the word I'm looking for. And I teach English. I feel sorry for the kids already. Yeah, find the stats are being reduced. Put the slider all the way to the right on those. Put everything to the left when you're doing research. It just makes your life a bit easier. Currently, we have a 5-second gap to Alonso. Again, we need about 20 seconds, probably, to get a safe pit stop done. And at this rate, shouldn't be a problem to get that done by lap 16. Well, we won't get it done by lap 16, but we'll be close. And, well, 2 of the cars are going to have to pit before then. To be fair, our current situation is good because we're keeping up with the Red Bulls. We probably wouldn't be able to pull away from them even if we wanted to. So, tune down fuel usage a little bit. See if we can still, you know, keep within range. To be fair though, I'm taking these streams, well the Haas stream mainly as a chill session. Like just a chill stream. Do a little bit of F1 Manager on the side while hanging out with chat. Well, with you guys who enjoy my streams, honestly. Oh, I'm curious as to what are you uploading? Yeah, so Magnussen is actually falling behind now without pushing fuel. So, again, the Red Bulls are just monsters this third season. Like, they're almost as if the player was, you know, tryharding. Nothing special. I'm still curious, though, honestly. Gasly, Piastri, and doing? That's your Alpha Tauri lineup? Ugh. I can't speak today. Help. That's not a bad lineup, honestly. Give it a year or two and they're gonna be really good. We don't have a release date yet, unfortunately, Dean. My theory is, seeing that we have had a couple of screenshots pop up from the game itself, is that they probably were planning to release a trailer for Imola and use the weekend as kind of a hype moment. But because the race got cancelled because of the heavy rain and flooding in Italy, they decided to delay it. So I would assume we're going to get some news about release date probably around Monaco. And from what we've seen so far from the screenshots, we're getting sprint races. And they are making some changes to the development system. I'm not putting my full faith into the change to the development system just yet, though, because so far it might just be a change to, like, a visual change, UI change, so to speak. Paris is actually falling behind now, so his softs are really starting to fall off. But that's understandable. They have 3 more laps on them than ours do. So you can just see how much we struggle even with the RS to catch up. So I'm really looking forward to that new underfloor. Okay, do we have a safety car? We do.
Safety car.
I think we are pitting
looks
here
like quite a big accident.
under this safety car.
Copy.
We can get up the mediums and stretch them. Question is, do we want to double stack? I think we do. Let's do it. So now that's out. We're gonna double stack. It's gonna suck, but hopefully it's gonna be worth it. The game can be fun by limiting yourself. Yeah, I agree, Dean, but the main gripe that I have with it is, again, every car, every driver is just the same because of how stats work. I would like to see more individuality, personally. Okay, so Paris actually pitted, which is understandable. Now, where are we actually going to come out? We came out behind Perez. Didn't actually lose out too much there, even though we pitted 2 cars. And only Perez ahead of us has pitted. He pitted onto hards. That's going to suck a lot for him. And we can now do this. We can do the same for Hamilton. Hamilton did lose that one place though to Ricciardo, but that's fine too. But yeah, I would expect to make a late August release. I'm sorry, I'm kind of doing two things at once. I should just focus one thing. But I'm looking forward to 23 2D. I'm just tempering my expectations a bit because I was one of the people who hyped No Man's Sky a bit too high, and then I got disappointed. And then, like, I didn't play any games for a couple of months. As a result, safety car ends this lap. Okay.
Stop and charge.
Sorry about that.
And let's push.
Okay. So again, just one car pitted ahead of us.
Got
Paris.
the margins push. Safety car in.
Everyone behind is pitted though. Look at this. Okay, only the medium runners did not pit. Well, some medium runners did pit. I am genuinely confused.
Overtake is available.
Let's push fuel. Sounds like a plan, Yanka, honestly. I think that would work out pretty well. Okay. We can get some overtaking done. Go for it, come on. We're stuck behind another car, take advantage. To be fair, I think we're in a good spot here. We have mediums. It's just going to be a question of if we can make him last long enough. I think we will be able to, honestly. Just barely. Hamilton did get Rick though into that corner. That's kind of mad, honestly. I'd like to see a replay.
It's just gone mental.
And I agree with Bono there. The garage has just gone mental.
Haas with an overtake there. Here's the replay.
Let's see what actually happened here.
Focus on the Haas.
Oh yeah, just got him into that corner. That's a pretty risky move. But yeah, Hamilton has already lost out a bit to Magnussen, as you can see. Put this down to neutral. I was about to say natural. And he should still be able to catch up with time. I think we'll be able to solve your problems with research. I wouldn't be too worried about that. Again, if you have any questions about that, you can just either upload them to the help in Discord, or we can have a look at them probably during stream or something. I wouldn't be too worried about that. I am a bit concerned that we aren't getting any overtakes done though. Gonna come back at us, isn't he? Nope. Okay, put it to neutral. So we got by the guy with fresh tires. That's mainly our biggest concern here. Everyone else is on older tires, which should make it easy to overtake, but there are already some gaps forming here. What to do with Ocon? Good question, honestly. Okay, Hamilton has closed the gap, as you can see.
Press.
He does have a little bit extra energy. Magnussen probably needs to save some of his. And honestly, we probably should just save Hamilton's energy too. I think we'll figure it out, Ninka, honestly. I wouldn't be too concerned. DRS has been enabled. Again, we just need to stay with closer to Verstappen here for when he pits. Okay, that was a bit too scary. Focusing on time machine, and then the rear end of a Red Bull shows up. But yeah, the speed difference is kind of nutty. I think it's time to just speed things up here. We are looking pretty good. We're going to burn a little bit more fuel, about to 0.3. I think that would be an okay place to stop. Again, just going to keep them on neutral for now. We probably should have Magnussen recharge somewhat. But I'm afraid that if we recharge, Paris is just going to overtake him. That's my main concern. And Sainz finally got Norris. Can we get Norris too? We did. Now, getting Sainz shouldn't be an issue. And if we get by Sainz here now, on the main straight, we can start chasing down the other cars here. Yeah, I agree with Edster. Ocon and Gasly is a solo lineup for your first few seasons. And as you can see, we snatched Hamilton up on free transfer during the third season. That works too. Magnussen got Sainz. Got him on the main straight as we expected. Pretty good. Ferrari curse lives on in this game too. Now Leclerc and Alonso. Now that's going to be a bit more of a difficult one because that's a two-man train. And as you can see, Verstappen has already gained 5 seconds out front. Virtual safety car. Just going to go balance for now. This is actually good for us. It means we use less tire burn, which is a concern with us pitting slightly earlier.
Sounds like there's been a crash.
Okay, so they are actually pitting under the VSC. Verstappen, Alonso, Leclerc. Good. What we'd like to see, honestly. Yeah, you can get a bunch of drivers on basically free transfer. So Magnussen is back in P1 now. And we will push fuel. With the fact that we're now by the drivers that we're concerned about, we can just push without needing to be worried. Verstappen came out in 6th though, so he won't have a lot of challenge to get by here. He went on hards. We'll probably be on those to the end of the race. And being just 8 seconds by Magnussen could be negative for us. You deleted it, so you have to install it first. Discord or F1 Manage?
Haas with an overtake there.
Yeah, because the way contracts work in this game, as long as you pick him up on the last day of the season, well, first day of the season, no, last day, 31st of December.
Look like a clean lap there as well, mate.
You can pick up basically anyone for free. Gonna give Hamilton a bit of extra, you know, energy here. See if we can get by Paris.
Okay.
Leclerc Ocon pairing? On Haas of all things. There we go, Hamilton got his thing done. Let's deploy ERS. Maximum energy here. Let's see if we can get the gap to Paris that he doesn't have ERS. That would be actually pretty good. And it looks like we might be able to pull that off here before that first zone. But looks like things we did pull it off just barely.
That is fastest lap.
And it also gave us fastest lap. So again, just want to pull out here, second, maybe more. If we can get within DRS of Magnussen, that would actually be even better. That one's going to be a bit more. Never mind.
Let's take a closer look. Now watch this. Lewis Hamilton involved in this one.
The second you said deja vu, Edster, we have a little spinnerino here. What is this? What is this witchcraft, eh?
they'll be questioning just what happened out there.
Did you hack my computer? So Hamilton's back in the running, lost 2 positions here. Not really, it could have been a lot worse that, honestly. Total time loss, about 4 seconds, 2 positions. Again, could have been a lot worse. Magnussen is running 47.5s. Verstappen running 47.6s. I'm concerned. But this is Baku. We could have more safety cars for sure. Let's go balance on the fuel. And we're going to have to wait until lap 36 for our next pit stop. Oh, I see what your head's there. You're here handing over the bad luck so Piastri can have a good season. That's devious. But yeah, bit unfortunate, but we're getting used to it at this point. Like Monaco so far, I think Monaco's been the only clean race we've had in forever. Basically, yeah, Ninka. Go ahead and blame me. Honestly, I blame myself more than anything else. If I blame any of you, it's meant as a joke. I swear. I promise. Latifi with the Prix? You gonna do a Williams resurgence? Duan Westy? Yeah. I still call him Duan, although I've been told repeatedly that it's Duan. I don't learn quick, do I? It's gonna get a bit interesting here towards the end. I think we might pit lap 35 instead. Trying to do it realistically, yeah. That's also a good way of doing it, to be fair. It does add to the game, make it more interesting. Did Hamilton get any damage? Because he's been immediately caught by Verstappen. Verstappen's just gonna fly by on the straight here, I think. Nope. Pretty good. Verstappen is holding... Sorry, Verstappen is being held up by Hamilton. We love it. Love to see it. There we go. It had to happen. Oh, fighting back here.
Red Bull gained a place. Let's have a look. Now, here
That seems
we
to be a
see
longer
Max
fight. It would have been
Verstappen.
interesting to watch.
A bold
The Prix is
move
being much
indeed.
more
And
realistic.
with that,
Yeah. That's pretty good. You have good reasoning, maybe, honestly. I'm a bit surprised that the Prix' performance actually was enough to land him in AT. Wait, is he in AT? Or am I misconstruing my teams again? We are getting close to pit stop though. Right now, we would come out behind Leclerc most likely for Magnussen. But most of these guys are running on older hards now, so we'll be a lot quicker. Yeah, he's at 80 than I remember correctly. Because he ran his one race with Williams, and for some reason that made him a non-rookie in some people's eyes. Yeah. Tsunoda's been doing great this season, honestly. He, if he can keep it up, we might just have a Paris... Red Bull might just have a Paris replacement in the future. I'm also looking forward to seeing what exactly is going to happen there. But, it's weird, honestly. It's kind of like last year with the Piastri saga. I don't even know what I'm saying. So far, though, it's looking good. Again, we're probably going to come out around Leclerc. Leclerc is doing great right now in terms of lap times. So we're going to pit this lap, get onto the softs to the end. Go full on push. And we'll do the same here for Hamilton. That is the wrong tire. Focused a little bit on my own thoughts there, so I kind of fell behind. Norris to Red Bull. Rumors have been short-sighted? Yeah. Norris is kind of in a weird spot, honestly. Okay, let's see where we come out. It should hopefully beat out Sainz. Or Magnussen. Hamilton. Oh, that's gonna be bad. So Hamilton got kind of into kerfuffle here behind a few boys. Gonna be interesting to see if Magnussen can make up the time here. I think he will, honestly. But Hamilton is gonna have a job cut out for him there. Aren't drivers exempt from the cost cap though? Yeah, that's the thing. Magnussen is gaining rapidly here.
Is that a new race position for
Hamilton
Haas?
got Russell. Beautiful.
Here's the replay. Now just focus on the Haas.
Did he get a double? Almost. Yeah. Like, Red Bull is tempting, but at the same time,
Last lap was a purple lap.
you have to contend with Max. So 46.5, almost 2 seconds quicker than
Okay, well done.
Paris, 1.5 seconds quicker than Verstappen. 12 laps to go. Should be enough to get Magnussen
Take a
into
look now.
the top here.
All eyes on Kevin Magnussen.
And I think he just did a double overtake on the Ferrari and the Alpha, which kind of held up the Ferrari into our advantage here, which is good. Hamilton has gotten past
You're
both
looking
of
good at
his
the moment.
cars. Can hunt down Sainz. It's going to be interesting to see how high he can get. I think he can get up to probably 4th without too many problems here. But we'll see now. Magnussen has fresh air until he hits the 3-man DRS train. And we have the back markers all pitting together. Hamilton 2 has a bit of fresh air. And we'll take it from there. To be fair though, Red Bull is in a pretty comfortable position, honestly.
We've had a big crash here.
Big crash. Is this a safety car crash?
You have fastest lap.
Looks like it's just a
Let's see what
yellow
happened there.
crash.
So this was the Aston Martin.
Yeah. I would agree, I'd still like the other teams, Ferrari, Mercedes, and now to some degree Aston. Probably a bit more tempting because you always have the hope that you can get up there, but Red Bull probably don't even want to change up something. Like, if Paris can keep Verstappen kind of
This is awesome work. Come on.
competitive, but I don't even think Verstappen needs that. That's the thing. I think they just have a very stable situation right now that they're happy with. Hamilton gets Sainz, very good. Let's just see how high it can get up within these next 11 laps. And Magnus is already almost up to the back of them. This is the 2 softs to Baku with the medium is just perfect. Yeah. I can understand why Paris wants to give the championship a go though. Like, at the same time, I don't really think anyone at Red Bull believes he really has a chance. Because he really need Nurgle to help him out if that's to happen though. TBH. You need Verstappen to have bad luck. Like, if Verstappen can start 9th and beat him, then you're gonna need some help from RNG's Nurgle. The gods of Dyson chance. Magnus is actually getting closer to just straight up overtaking it on track. So what I'm thinking is we might just have to save a bit of energy Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Red Bull will prioritize Max for sure. So if Paris wants to have any chance of winning a world championship, it would be he would need to have some sort of lucky factor on his side.
Work.
Ooh, Magnussen just doing work here. He really does love Baku. That was beautiful.
It's a good stint so far.
Needs to join the Nuffle.
Currently P6.
Yeah. Okay, Magnussen is just doing like he's just flying through them. Let's be honest. Amazing. Hamilton's got up to Leclerc and it's just 10 seconds. He's running about a second quicker. It's not going to be enough if he keeps it at, you know, 10 seconds. But potentially we do have a bit leeway. We could try and push a bit. I don't think they... I think... Isn't drivers, like, contracts exempt from cost cap? So, I don't think they're too worried about, like, driving contracts, to be fair. Like, financially, they have a lot more money than what is locked in under the cost cap. Oh, I thought Hamilton was going to do another move into that corner.
Simply lovely.
Magnussen got Paris, but did he get him before DRS here?
Is that a new race position
Looks like
for
it.
Haas?
Which is unfortunate for us. Now, Hamilton will get DRS on Leclerc. 10 million per year until 24, yeah. Like 10 million ain't little. Seven most? I can see Hamilton being Leclerc, Norris,
Really well executed.
Sainz maybe? Don't believe Prix will be sacked.
Haas with an overtake
Yeah.
there.
Max Lewis, Leclerc, Lando, Alonso, Sainz, Checo. Makes sense. Hamilton finally got Leclerc, which is good. Magnus has almost pulled out a gap. He did. I think we'll push the fuel now. Have some fresh air to run in.
Understood.
We are running out of laps though, so we are really going to have a few good laps there if we want to catch up to Bottas, Verstappen, Perez. The thing is though, Red Bull can be quite merciless with their driver stock. So, like Marco's gone out and more or less publicly said that he needs to see results. Helmet, that would be. Helmet Marco? Yeah. The man with two first names do confuse me too. But he's basically gone out public and said that he needs to see results. And if we just see the people that, you know, Red Bull has just used and tossed away over the last few seasons, you can understand that for rookies, a Red Bull seat can both be a blessing and a curse. So, I think the Reese is probably under pressure. Maybe a little bit more pressure than he needs at this point, judging by his performances. Reese earning more than Yuki? When did Yuki sign his contract though? Might just be straight up inflation at this point. It's been mad this last couple of years. Yeah, honestly, I'd like to see Tsunoda get a go in a Red Bull. Just for fun. Go balance now. Hamilton is catching up to Bottas, so we'll have a go at Bottas at least, and then maybe Perez and Verstappen as well. This is looking good. 5 laps. Got some time to get the job done. Did not get... Oh, we did actually get the DRS there too, so we can close in a little bit. And Magnussen just once again sailing off into the sunset. There we go. On Bottas. Old hards. Easy. $45.8. 47.9, 48.6.
Haas with
Gaining
an
more than
overtake.
2 seconds over 1 lap. Even if this is one of the longest laps, this is insanity. Honestly, I think Debris would have, or as they call them at one point, Debris would have a better luck in Williams. It would be less pressure. Get some more time to just safety car. Ah, that's a bad one. So in theory, we could pit Magnussen. In theory. Average time loss, 9 seconds. Question is, do we want to gamble on it? Because the thing is, both Perez and Verstappen could potentially pit here. And if they have fresh softs, that could hurt me a lot. The question is, will they pit? Though, look at the intervals here. Like, they'd come out Gasly, Leclerc. Hitting Hamilton would lose 2 positions, but he would have fresh softs for the last like lap or 2. I guess it's not worth it, honestly. Even if they pit, because there would be cars between us. So let's not pit. Let's just play it safe. And let's see if we see some fun moves here from the AI.
Watch this. We're looking at Lando Norris.
Realistically, who they...
That crash is terrible news for the team.
Yeah. Norris to Ferrari. Is Leclerc finally going to go insane dark? I don't know realistically who they should sign though. That's the thing. It's the kind of a tough one. Let's see now if we have any Red Bulls going into the pits. None. It was 13 seconds there too, so Magnussen could potentially have made it. But this should also be okay. Magnussen with full ERS, DRS should be able to just fly away. Main concern though is Hamilton. He had a good position here to get the Red Bulls, but now the safety car is kind of going to screw him over. Of course, depending on how long it lasts. But we'll be able to push fuel, we'll be able to push tires, we'll be able to push everything. But now let's just recharge it to absolutely maximum. Okay.
Okay, the safety car is in this lap. Safety car is in this lap.
We have enough now, we can just push to the end, so I'm just gonna do it like so. We'll run neutral.
Push.
Magnussen could just run deploy, because he just needs to run away. Hamilton is the one we're interested in right now. I still feel as to that the sprint races should be the reserve championship. Basically, every team should now have the reserves. The sprint races become the reserve championship. That would be a bit interesting, but also not very doable, to be fair, which is understandable.
Overtake Press.
Okay, so 2 laps to go. Go aggressive on this one and then full attack next.
2 more laps.
See if we can get some moves done. There we go. Hamilton got 1. Can he get 2?
This is awesome work, Lewis. Come on.
Again, sorry for my coughing, sniffles, and other weird noises. Okay. And immediately gets the next one. That's mad. Now, let's see if Hamilton can actually catch up to and fight with Magnussen. Honestly, pushing and being deploy.
This garage has just gone mental.
Garage has gone mental indeed. It's probably what I would have done anyway, so I'll just leave both of them out on it. Hamilton down probably because even if we go aggressive, the tires will just get burnt to a crisp on this track. And this would burn to neutral, which is a shame, but at this point it's okay. Speed things up. I think we can be happy with this. I said before the last lap
Okay,
at Baku,
final lap.
help.
Copy.
I need everyone
I'd
to
like to
cross
clean
your
that there as well,
fingers now, please. You can see 45 blank versus 47.8, 49 ones. 4 seconds gained in a single lap is madness. For once, Nuffle was on our side, Edster.
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
This feels good. It's been a while.
Guys, man, I can't believe this.
Enjoy this one. Pretty special.
It has been a while
So we
since I
have
last
checkered
one too,
flag now.
to be honest.
There's a long way to go, but let's keep pushing, guys. I believe in you.
Nice work, Lewis.
It's a pair of sixes, yeah. That's honestly what we had to roll, Edster, for the last stream. For the last few streams, honestly, to have a good result. But yeah, 1-2. Beautiful. Red Bull still in 3rd and 4th. Not the best result we could have gotten. Well, best result we could have gotten, but we would have liked the Red Bulls a bit further down the pack. But again, they are the best car. Can't really do anything about it. 2-stop definitely, I think, the best strategy, as long as it's a soft, medium, soft. Stay away from the Haas. Doesn't really work at Baku. A Viking comeback indeed, Wavies. That reminds me, I've actually been watching the new Vikings Valhalla. Well, watching, I'm 2 episodes in over the last week while I've been sick. So, I've been enjoying that too. Yeah, Merc, Alfa Romeo somehow in the points with both their cars. A little bit surprising. Driver Championship then, Magnussen moves up 2 places. Hamilton moves up 1. I'll be heading out to Edster. I'll just be getting ready for the next race. I do have an appointment to get to. Hope you and your dogs enjoy your walk. And hopefully the weather is sunny there. It's sunny here. And hopefully everyone has good weather they enjoy. Won't like it. We did gain a lot of points here. Catch up in a lot of teams. We still can catch Red Bull. We don't need to really be worried about that. First race win of season. Very good. Feels good. And I wonder what the board will say. Will they be happy, do you think? Magnus with development point. Very nice. Didn't forget about our reserve driver. Even nicer. Thank you again, Jack. And as I said, I'll be heading out now before the next race. Canadian Grand Prix in 4 days. But it should still be okay. Put a point in reaction there for Magnussen. Get that one up to 85 as well. Chassis has been manufactured. Board is happy. ABS is happy. And can I actually design a new car part? I can, because we got the rear wing. I'm actually a dumbass. I forgot to manufacture the new rear wing. That's the one part of being a dumbass. We would actually gotten both Canada. But I also forgot to start a new project, which I think is just going to be another front wing, honestly. And we're going to put this one into high-speed performance because we need it. It's what we're lacking. As you can see, I think the Underfloor that we are making is high-speed performance, though. So we could go low speed, but that would actually be detrimental to, you know, the current setup. Optimize aerodynamics would help with high speed dirty air, just barely, but we'll lose that in general. So if we make another one, I think we're going to make a high speed performance one. But I want to see what we can do with the 3 pieces we haven't made yet, which would be suspension for 1. And as you can see, it's currently the worst suspension on the grid. Almost. Well, it is. 19th, 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 17th. I'd say this is probably the worst one. And if we put it into race performance, it would be actually a slight boost. Wouldn't get anything in particular. But I think it's fine in making one. Because it is 2 weeks now until we get more safety wind tunnel time. So let's make a suspension, then we'll probably make a side pod and a chassis. And as I said, we'll just get everything ready now for the next race. And then I unfortunately am gonna have to run. As I said, have an appointment. It's why the stream is earlier today compared to when I usually stream. And I'll have to see when I get back. If I get back in time, I might stream in about 3 hours. But that is very uncertain. So I'll give a shout out on Discord if I do. And I'll post a update of, so to speak, on the YouTube page. And do my best to inform you if I end up streaming. I'd like to thank everyone who showed up for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I've had a lot of fun. And if I do not stream tonight, I probably will stream tomorrow. I will be, if not tomorrow, on Sunday. Or maybe even both. But tomorrow or Sunday for sure. I'm unsure which one. Maybe both. We'll see. I'll probably figure out, as I said, when I get back tonight. But I hope everyone has a nice day. Thank you all for watching. And I hope to see you next time. Bye bye. Been a lot of fun.